Hello and welcome back to a new video here in the Trading for Everyone channel. Today we are going to analyze another broker that gives you the possibility to invest in different type of assets, for example, funds or US stocks in a simple way. So if you don't have any knowledge, if you are a beginner, this alternative could be useful for you. Moneybox app is one of the leaders brokers in the United Kingdom. Is fully regulated and also offer different type of savings accounts that we explain in another video. In this video, we're going to focus on the investment alternatives that this broker offers you. They have more than 1 million customers already, and they focus a lot on the beginners type of investor because they try to make investment easier. They develop different type of profiles, so you have to decide if you are a cautious type of investor, a balanced investor, or an adventurous investor. And based on that decision, that is really important for you to think about, based on your risk tolerance, you have to decide which type of profile is better for you. So based on your decision, you're going to have different allocation on different assets. If you are a caution type of investor, you are going to have more focus on cash, government bonds, and corporate bonds, that these are the less riskier type of assets, and you are going to have 5% exposure to property shares and 15% into global shares. If you want to generate more income, you can upgrade to a balanced type of investor, but remember, the more reward that you are willing to have, the more risk you have. The earnings are not guaranteed. You can even lose money based on the market conditions. In this case, if you are a balanced type of investor, you are going to allocate more amount of capital into global shares, 10% into property, and 25% in corporate bonds. And if you are the more risky type of investor, you will have 80% allocation into global shares, for example, Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Amazon, and more. 15% allocation into companies that invest in property, and just 5% into corporate bonds. They also develop what is called a socially responsible portfolio. So if you want to focus only in companies that focus a lot on ESG, because they focus a lot on renewable energy, for example, you have the possibility to select this one, and you are only invest companies that focus on this. If you look at the performance, past performance is not guarantee of future performance, but you can see that in most of the years you are going to generate returns. But for example, 2022 was a really tough year, and if you invest in this type of asset, you have end in red. Which alternatives are available in regards to funds to invest in? For example, global shares that focus on ESG. If you want to invest in global companies that score highly on environmental, social, and governance factors. You also have the alternative to invest in pharmaceuticals, for example, property, and more. There are different types of accounts: the stock and shares ISA account, the stock and shares lifetime ISA account, the general investment account, or the personal pension account. Which are the fees? Well, you have to pay just £1 to subscribe monthly. You have free for the first 3 months, and you are going to pay 0.45% as a platform fee for the money that you have deposited on that account per month, and also the annual fee that the fund providers charge is going to go from 0.12 to 0.58%. So this is the fee that this company charges you, and this is the fee that the fund provider charges you. If you decide to open what is called a Moneybox Stocks and Shares ISA account, you are going to be able to invest into stocks or funds. For example, you can invest on Amazon, Apple, Nintendo, Disney, Netflix, Facebook, Microsoft, and more. You open the account and you have to decide if you want to use the starting options. If you are a beginner, you can decide, as explained before, if you are a caution, balanced, or adventurous type of investor, and the company is going to select the different allocation that is more useful for you. But if you have more knowledge and you want to customize the allocation, you can decide in which specific ETF or in which specific stocks do you want to invest. You are in control of your portfolio if you use this alternative. The stocks that are available, to name some of them: Amazon, Apple, Coca-Cola, JP Morgan, and more. We already explained about the fees. What about if you have children? Well, the government give you a really useful alternative that is called the Moneybox Junior ISA account. So, for example, if you want to start saving money for your children for their future, you can create an account for them and you can invest up to £9,000 per year into that junior stock and shares ISA account. Which are the benefits? The main benefit is that you're not going to pay any tax for the benefits that your children is going to have on that specific account. So it's quite useful to create an account for your children and also to use this other alternative, because this account is also tax-free up to £20,000 per year. So in this account you have up to £20,000 per year tax-free, and in this one you have £9,000 tax-free per year for each of your children. If you want to invest specifically in different USA stocks, you can do it. You can start investing, and it's no need to buy the whole share, because this broker gives you the possibility to buy fractional shares. What is a fractional share? For example, if Amazon costs $2,000 and you just have $100, no matter, you can just invest $100, and this broker is going to buy you just a fraction of that share to have exposure to Amazon, for example, but to avoid paying the whole share. And you can decide if you want to buy using any of these alternatives. For example, if you decide this one, you are going to buy one day, you decide which stocks you are going to buy, and that's it. But the other alternative is to decide a weekly investment. This is called the dollar cost average. If you decide to transfer every week a specific amount of money, for example $100, $50 to this broker account, and every week you are going to buy the same stocks in order to avoid watching the charts. In that way you are keep buying week after week after week after week in order to accumulate for the long term. This is a good alternative if you want to hold for more than, for example, 2 or 5 years. You have plenty of funds to choose between. For example, some funds that focus on property, emerging markets, for example, Asia or Latin America, global technology, government bonds, corporate bonds, cybersecurity, gold, robotics, for example, clean water, digitalization, S&P 500, European shares, and more. If you're really rich, your 20,000 tax-free ISA account, you can open another one that is called the General Investment Account, and in that account you can deposit up to £85,000 per week, and you can invest directly in different shares or funds. So it's always useful to start with an ISA account, because in that way you're going to be tax-free for the benefits that you generate with that specific account. And if you have more money, or if you want to invest more money, you can open another account that is called the General Investment Account. With that account, you can invest in any stock or fund that is available on this broker, and you only have to pay tax if you generate gains on top of £6,000. And as I said before, if you like to invest in companies that focus on social responsible alternatives, you can use this one, the Socially Responsible Investment Account, and you can invest in different stocks or companies that focus on ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And you can customize your allocation based on your needs or based on what you prefer. This is the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, to leave a comment if you have any question. I believe that it's a really useful alternative if you're a beginner. If you are a professional, I believe there are better alternatives to choose between. See you in the next video. Bye.